Kent Summers joins us now via Skype, columnist for the Arizona Republic AZ Central Sports. Kent weighing in on a number of topics following the draft with the Arizona Cardinals. All right, partner, you brought out the sledgehammer, I felt like, in regards to Rosen, strategy, everything with this team. State your case on where you're at with the Cardinals now that it's all done.
I just didn't think the first-round choice made a lot of sense, not a year after they traded up to take Josh Rosen with the 10th overall pick. I still think Josh Rosen can be a very good NFL quarterback. I'm not sold that Kyler Murray is going to be that much better. I just felt like the cost was too high. They moved up last year in the draft, gave up a third and a fifth to take Rosen, paid him, the huge signing bonus, took the brunt of that contract, and now, a year later, getting rid of him for pennies on the dollar and taking an additional $8 million cap hit. Look, I like Kyler Murray a lot. I saw almost every game Oklahoma played this year. He's dynamic, but he's also 5'10", and he's also has a baseball option. Mm-hmm. And how committed is he to football? I still think that question will linger for a couple of years.
Okay, now that the draft is over, Kent, the deal with Rosen is done. Are they a better team today than they were at this time last week?
Maybe a modicum better, just because they've got draft picks coming in, because they addressed the receiver position, because they have, I think, finally a very good cornerback that they can pair with Patrick Peterson, or maybe take over for Patrick Peterson one day, and Byron Murphy, a Saguaro product. I do like the receivers they drafted. The Isabella kid in the second round can fly. They needed speed at that spot. I think it's probably a misnomer to label him a slot receiver just because of his size. He's, not too many slot receivers can run a 4.3 40. So I like what they did in the draft, other than, not getting offensive linemen high in the draft. But, it was a team with so many needs that it's hard to address all of them just via the draft.
Kent Summers with us, AZ Central Sports, Arizona Republic columnist. Before I get you out of here, Patrick Peterson last week had some odd moments with his social media. What are we to read into that now?
He's obviously not happy with someone. I was told by an NFL source that somebody in the front office said something to him that irritated him, that made him unhappy. And we know going back to midseason last year, Patrick asked for a trade, pretty much hung Steve Wilks out to dry because the news broke while they were on the practice field, and Wilks knew nothing about it, and a team captain is asking for a trade. I mean, it really helped cut the legs out under Steve Wilks. And now, a week or two ago, Patrick is posting cryptic messages on Instagram and Twitter, et cetera. And people are wondering what's going on. It's Patrick. He's a really good person. He's done a lot of good in the community. I think at times he has a thin skin. I don't know what was said to him. And maybe he's justified. But I also think if you're not going to detail what it is publicly, then don't put out cryptic messages on social media. That's the level of passive aggressiveness that's not needed. Go settle it behind closed doors. And then if you want to go public with it, go public with it. But don't go halfway, leaving everybody wondering what's going on.
Before I get you out of here, biggest question in your mind now that needs to be answered between now and the start of training camp?
Really good question. I think for the Cardinals, it's putting this offense together. What's it going to look like? Mm-hmm. Cliff Kingsbury mentioned at the owners' meetings, I think, that when he came here, he didn't really have an actual physical playbook. It was all digital. It was on video, and he and his staff are trying to mesh that together, his system with the NFL system, and how is he able to install that, and what's it going to look like with Kyler Murray at quarterback. I think a big thing now is, what's that offensive line going to look like? Are they going to be able to have David Johnson back functioning at a David Johnson level? And are they going to be able to protect Kyler Murray enough that he's not running for his life every play?
A lot of questions for sure. Good stuff as always, Kent. Appreciate the time. Thanks.
Thanks for having me, Brad.